Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another My Team video. And in this video today, we are going to be going over what I would be running if I was in the 250K My Team tournament that is going to be going on both today and tomorrow. So I'm going to kind of give you guys my current gen lineup, but also my next gen lineup. And I know this is not really a video that anybody ever asked for, nor am I really relevant enough to give my opinion. However, I just wanted to have fun to come on here, considering the tournament is today and tomorrow, just to have some fun, just to give you guys my insight behind what lineup I would run for my playstyle. But before we get into anything, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, first things first, I want to get out the way. We got to go point guard, all right? So for the point guard position, if we're talking about next gen, the card that we are going to be putting on is going to be this Luka Doncic card. He is literally the best point guard in the game. His release is uncontestable. I used the Opal Luka Doncic in a gameplay recently, and even on normal timing, his release was hard to contest. Now it's on very quick, impossible to contest. Literally, if you just get that thing off, I promise you it's gonna go in. So he would be my point guard if we're talking about next gen. Now, if we were talking about current gen, my starting point guard would 100% be Lonzo Ball. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't know why it autocorrected to Gonzo. But Lonzo Ball would be my point guard. You know what I'm saying? If we were running current gen, he would be my starting point guard. But since we're on next gen, Luke is going to be my starting point guard. All right. For the starting shooting guard position, there's so many different ways you guys can go, but there's one shooting guard above all of the rest, especially on next gen, and that is this Klay Thompson right here. That Klay Thompson, in no way, shape, or form is he really better than the Opal, but the Galaxy Opal, or not the Galaxy Opal, the Dark Matter is just that good. I mean, he on next gen, he has to play. He literally has to play. Now, if we were on current gen, the player I'd be running is 100% Kobe Bryant. Now, I'm going to leave him here because he's going to be my 2 off the bench. He's going to be my 2 off the bench, okay? For my starting small forward, I think this one is pretty much a given, honestly. With the way I like to play, I'm running Giannis. He's going to be on ball. He's going to be beating them up. And I promise you, he's going to knock down wide open. His jumper is so cash on next gen, and it is so good. And even on current gen, I probably would have him at my starting small forward position. Now, my starting power forward position, the card I'm going to be running, call me a cheeser, call me whatever you want. I'm running David Robinson at that 3. At that 4, excuse me. At that 4 position, I'm running David Robinson. And no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's 7'1". He can pretty much switch onto the ball. I mean, he's the best. I'm not gonna lie. He literally is the best. He's got that hawk quick first step. I think he could play the 4 on next gen. My starting center. This might stun a lot of people. It might not, you know what I'm saying? But we are going to go with Christophe Porzingis. I still think he's one of the top bigs in the game. I still think, you know what I'm saying, he is literally the best for my play style. Again, I like to, you know, be able to have everybody on the court be able to shoot. So, you know, for my play style, that's the best thing that I would like to do for my team. Now, my point guard off the bench, you can go many different ways with this, but the card that I'm going to be picking is going to be Cade Cunningham. He is literally so good. Defensively, his stats don't even tell it all, honestly. I've seen him block Yao Ming. I've seen him wall up a lot bigger players. I've seen him get a lot of blocks, and it's just insane how well he does play for me. And that's just, you know, how I like to get down with it. Now, the small forward off the bench, yeah, this is next gen. You know, if we're talking about next gen, you know, we're going with Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard on next gen, even on current gen, he's really good. You know what I'm saying? He's really good. He is probably the best defender that's under 6'8". He's 6'7", so I mean, but you gotta run him. You got to run Kawhi Leonard. He has his own defensive stance. Need I say more about the card? He's literally one of the best cards in the game for me in my play style. I like to have, you know, guys that can play defense but also be able to dribble a little bit. Kawhi Leonard. Now again, if we're talking about current gen, me personally, I don't really like Kobe Bryant on current gen. I like a card in Scottie Pippen. Scottie freaking Pippen would be my 2 off of the bench if I was playing on current gen, but mainly I play on next gen. So again, I think it is only right for me to put Kobe Bryant. You can go either way. I mean, I don't even have a T-Mac in my lineup. You can have T-Mac, you can have Jason Tatum, you could have Thurl Bailey. I mean, there's tons of options to have at that 2 and 3 position that you guys can go in and out with. But I know off my bench, I want to be able to kind of run a little bit better, get a little bit more transition buckets. Now, for my 4 off the bench, if we're talking about next gen, I think the most easiest thing to do is to run Bobo. That's just my opinion. I think he's the best 4 off for me off of the bench. 7'2", really good. I mean, incredible defense. I mean, what more can you say about the card? Especially if you get one that's badged up, he's going to be really good for you. Again, if we're talking about next gen, you have to have Yao Ming. I mean, you literally have to have Yao Ming on next gen. I really like running the card. You know, if I was on current gen, he probably wouldn't play. You know what I'm saying? The card that I probably would play on current gen would be, I don't know why he's not popping up. There he is. He's finally popping up. Okay, cool. The card that I would be running is Jonas Ilgauskas, Big Z. If I run on current gen, I mean, literally, he's the best. Now, again, more so the same with Bol right here. If I was playing on current gen, he wouldn't play. I'm just being 100% honest with you guys. Bol would not play on current gen. Instead, who would play? Call me crazy, but I'm actually gonna run KG. That's the card that I would run. I would run Kevin Garnett. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's for my play style. I would run Kevin Garnett at that 4 position, but he is going to still remain on the team. I'm just going to move him over to this 11th man spot just so that I can have, you know, the option to still have him on my team. But again, I prefer to play on next gen, so that is why Bobo is going to be here. KG is going to be able to come in to either be able to play that 5 or 4 position for me and just be able to hold it down. I mean, if Bobo just isn't getting the job done, KG can come in and replace him and be just as good. Another card that I would probably run, especially with the coaches that have come out lately, is going to be Ben Simmons. I mean, it's a no-brainer. He's literally 6'10" at the point guard position. A mismatch nightmare. I said mismatch. A mismatch nightmare. A card that can, honestly, I think you can get his 3-ball almost to an 80 with the coaches, with floor general, with a shoe on him. He's literally going to be one of, if not the best point guards. And, you know, just to have him at the end of my bench, I think is the best option for me. Now, this 13th position, I was going back and forth on it for I don't know how long for who deserves that 13th spot. And it was really hard for me to pick. But again, for me, for my play style, for what I want to do, the card that I would put here is going to be Tracy McGrady. It's just so that in case, you know, Giannis isn't getting the job done, we can put T-Mac in. If Kawhi isn't getting the job done, we can put T-Mac in. If Klay Thompson isn't getting it done, we can put T-Mac in. If Kobe isn't getting it done, we can put T-Mac in. He can cover 4 positions and he's going to be really good. He's 6'8", so he can play the 2 or the 3 and hold it down for me in those times if, you know, my 2 or 3 that happens to be in the game is not, you know, living up to what I was anticipating for those players to run. So this is the lineup that I would run in the 250K tournament. Again, it's for my play style. So, you know, if your favorite player, the player that you use the most, and you think I'm crazy for not putting him in the lineup, hey, I mean, there's only 13 guys you can put in the lineup. And again, for my play style, this is the best team that I could run. Let me know down in the comments section what lineup you guys would run if you guys were in the 250K tournament. If you had unlimited amounts of MT, what team would you guys run? I'm interested to see what you guys would pick. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. That is going to wrap it up. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and all of those things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.